Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Ozi vezimbratia vayeli leshua. Ozi. I'm going to go, Ozi vezimbratia. Let's see that. No, I would take me down a notch.
It's easy to do.
So, but now, again, I don't know who I am. You say, this says when the internet. Two. Okay. Two.
Okay.
I don't think I can take myself way too far down. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So, I'm going to get some candles.
I'm gonna.
COVID starts shooting up again. We had small meetings last Shabbos. We had 11 in person.
great. If you are watching on YouTube, that's great. Oh, we have some live people. Wow. Had another couple in from Argentina a couple days ago. I asked them if they knew you, and they said, we think we do. What's her name? And I told her, no, she's too young for us. Shabbat shalom to all of you. Shabbat shalom. What's in your hand is good, and then a one-page supplement. Cantor, I'm mic 2. I got to turn mine down. No, am I on mic 2?
Yeah, you are. You sure are. And me, I am 2.
Am I mic 2? No, I can't because I turned it all the way off.
Doing, Rabbi?
You're mic.
You were turning me down.
No, you're mic 1. I turned them both down. You're mic 1. This is great. This is the amateur hour.
Welcome everybody in Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to have you. I'm going to be looking in 3 directions this evening, as we have those who are attending in person and those who might be joining on YouTube and those of you who are watching on Zoom. We thank you for joining us. We'll begin with just a nigun, a wordless melody, an opportunity to let go of this week, let go of maybe some of what has not been great about this week, and also breathe out into the world that which has been good about last week, so that others might be able to replenish themselves with some of the goodness that we have to offer. And so we begin with just a nigun, a wordless melody. Watching from home, you'll have to follow my lead. We have a song in your sheet, the first song on your sheet, Ozi vezimrat ya vayehi li lishua. So we're going to sing this. We're going to try this. Ozi, and you say, Oz. Nice. Bezimratya, and you try. Bezimratya. Nice. Vayahili. Let's try that. Vayahili. Lishua. You say, Lishua. Let's try that together.
Bezimratya. Yeshua.
One more time. Now it says, from the beginning, one more time.
Thank you, Cantor. Thank you for this standing room only crowd. We're very happy to have you all with us here today. You know, it's fun for me on a Friday night to learn new songs and new tunes and new melodies. And I'm looking forward to the time when we can get our normal crowd here to hear the Cantor, when we're all not afraid to come out. But I thank you for coming as well. So enjoy the rest of the service. I'll be up once or twice, but this is the Cantor Sheila Nesis show, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
We're going to turn now to page 1 as we light our Shabbat candles. We read together, "These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames purify and renew, soften and refine, they brighten and make warm. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past, and of their beauty that delighted our hearts.
May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace." Are we hearing from them? I turned them off. How'd that happen?
Well, we're going to ask those of you who are joining from Zoom if you are able to mute yourselves. That will be very helpful. We love seeing your faces and we can see you singing with us. It will make it easier for all of us if you can click that mute button. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat. Those of you who are here and have this insert, I'm going to ask you to turn to the back of it. You have a reading in English, so that should make it easier for everybody. And I'd like for us to read this together. Now, I came across this this reading during the High Holy Days. A friend of mine, a rabbi from Canada, posted this on Facebook, written for the High Holy Days. But I read this and I thought it would speak to us even on a Shabbat, so I did a little bit of an adaptation to it, and I think it reads equally profound. And let's read this together. So this is called How to Succeed in Shul by Really Trying. This Shabbat presents a grand opportunity for returning to our own sources as Jews. The time in synagogue should not be squandered, but used to great effect.
Below are some suggested guidelines. Relax.
Don't worry about keeping up with the pages. If you find a prayer whose words reach out to you, dwell on it.
Don't rush.
Try not to talk to anyone around you, not just for reasons of decorum, but because prayer is essentially a question of mood. Chit-chat destroys the mood. Save chit-chat for parties, when we can have this again. Come early and prepare to stay. A brief visit to shul will leave you cold. A longer stay enables you to get into the spirit of the day. Relax again. Remove any chips from your shoulders, whether against God or man, against Judaism, the Torah, the administration, whatever. Don't take your pulse. Don't worry if you are enjoying the services, if you are being inspired, moved, or stimulated. Let the words, the melodies, the mood, your own mind take hold of you. Forget yourself, lose yourself in the experience. Bring your whole self into the experience. Put yourself into it. God loves you. Haven't you heard? And God wants to hear from you. Speak to God when you pray. Pour out your heart to God and listen. Listening is important. Don't just read your prayer book. Listen to it. For the prayers were written by religious symphony. Praying, experiencing this Shabbat is such a privilege. Look at it as such. You will be participating, before you know it, in a mystical colloquy of God, humanity, Israel, and from the Jewish people, past, present, and future. I find this equally humorous and deep, and there are lots of things listed in this list. And maybe all of them together are overwhelming, but maybe we can just hold on to one. One thing that we can really try on this Shabbat. Maybe we can try to relax. Maybe we can try to just hold on to this one reading, one word that really calls us, that inspires us. Maybe just focus on one melody. Whatever it is, maybe try one of these things and see if the experience is different at all for you on this Shabbat. We will continue now. We turn to page 2 for Yedid Nefesh.
Oh, I'm a page early.
You're good. Yedid Nefesh Avarachamon What am I saying wrong? No. Okay, I'm doing this again. I got lost. El Retzoncha Yarutz Alecha Kemoayim Eshtachaveh Mo'atarachan Ki
Okay, we're not going to do that part. All right. Ted went to Louisville. I was going to ask him to unmute himself, but that's okay. We now turn to page 3, and I ask you to read responsively a Psalm of David. Acclaim the Lord, his majestic glory. Worship the Lord in sacred splendor.
The God of glory thunders over rushing waters. The voice of the Lord echoes with majesty and might.
The voice of the Lord shatters the cedars. The Lord shatters the cedars of Lebanon.
Making the hills leap like rams, the mountains leap like lambs.
The Lord commands rock-splitting lightning. The voice of the Lord stirs the wilderness.
The voice of the Lord strips the forest bare, while in his sanctuary all chant glory.
The Lord sat enthroned at the flood. The Lord will sit enthroned forever.
Bestowing strength upon his people, blessing his people with peace. We will continue now on page 4 as we welcome Shabbat as a bride with the singing of Lecha Dodi.
Shabbat Kabbalah Adoni Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah
Shamor
V'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'tiferet l'chavi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Adoni Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh machshavat ilah Adoni Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Adoni Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Mikdash melech yirmelucha ומצי מתוך אפיך, רב לשבת בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, אדוני, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, לקבלה, אדוני, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, לקבלה. בואי בשלום, עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לאדוני, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, לקבלה. אדוני, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, לקבלה.
You may be seated. We will continue with Psalm 92. Is the Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, a song dedicated to the day of Shabbat, which you can find on your insert. It's the second sheet. It's the second, the second melody that appears, the second section in Hebrew. Magadlu ma'asecha Adonai me'od amku machshavotecha. Magadlu, magadlu, magadlu ma'asecha ya. Magadlu, magadlu, me'od amku machshavotecha. Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, Tov le'odod le'Adonai, u'lezamer le'shimcha. And you sing. Magadlu, 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 masechaya. Magadlu, magadlu, me'od amku machshavotecha. Lehakim b'boker chazecha, be'emunatecha v'leilot, alei asfar v'alei navel, alei gayon v'chinun. Magadlu, 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 ma'asechaya. Magadlu, magadlu, me'od amku machshavotecha. I ask you now, if you are able, could you please rise as we turn on page 6 to the call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach, leholam mevorach.
You may be seated. In the middle of page 6, we read in Hebrew, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו
מלך
מלך
העולם,
העולם, אשר
אשר
בדברו
בדברו
מעריב ערבים,
בחוכמה
בחוכמה
פותח
פותח
שערים,
שערים,
ובתבונה משנה עתים, מחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ביקיר כרצונו.
בורא יום
יום
ולילה,
ולילה,
כולל
כולל
אור
אור
מפני
מפני
חושך,
חושך,
וחושך
מפני אור,
ומעביר יום
ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו.
אל חי
חי
וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המריע ברבים. And on page 7, on the top of the page, we sing Ahavat Olam. We experience God's love through Torah. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avata Torah Mitzvot Chokim Umishpatim Otanu Limata Ha'lekan Adonai Eloheinu V'shukvenu U'v'kumenu Nasiach v'chukecha V'nismach v'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uve'em neged yomam v'layla ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, We continue on page 8, chanting the first paragraph of the Ve'ahavta. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום בלבבך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשורך. And on page 9, on the top of the page, we find the words of Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha Bailim Adonai, who is like you, God, who performs the miracles of yesterday and the miracles of today, even though sometimes we feel we don't really see those miracles. But to think that we are celebrating just the miracle when we look at this text wouldn't be a complete picture of what actually occurred. We know there was a man by the name of Nachshon. And it is, the story goes that as the Israelites approached the waters and the Egyptians were coming close, nearing them very, very fast, they saw that there was no way to go. There was no way to go back, to go to where they were fleeing, and there was no real way forward. And it wasn't just that a miracle occurred. There was first a step. Nachshon took a first step into the water. And the waters reached his ankles. Nachshon kept walking, and the waters reached his knees. Nachshon took another step, and maybe two, and now the waters were to his waist. Finally, Nachshon was in the water up to his neck. And it wasn't until Nachshon had his whole body almost entirely in the water that the waters actually parted. Miracles can be a hard thing to come by because we need to be willing to get the water up to our neck. And it isn't comfortable, and it isn't pretty, and it's fearsome. But we can do it, and we do it more often than we know. And we do it more often than we dare to reflect on. We are all courageous, one day at a time, facing the unknown, facing what will come. And so as we sing this song, a song that brings joy, we also have an understanding of the responsibilities that we have to make miracles happen today in our lives. And so we sing, Mi chamocha, Melim Adonai, who is like you, God, that helps us make those miracles happen in our days, in our own lives. Mi chamocha, Melim Adonai, Mi chamocha, Ner b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, O sefer, Torah tehilot, O sefer, v'chotecher u'vanecha, mokei hayam livnei Moshe. And on the bottom of the page, we pray that we may lay down in peace and that we will be protected. Ashkivenu
Malkeinu
Adonai, Eloheinu
Shalom,
leshalom,
ve'amidenu
Shemayim.
Malkeinu lechaim.
Ashmor tzatzainu, Avuenu, L'chaim u'l'shalom, Ata v'Adonai. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'amidenu
Malkeinu lechaim.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הבורא סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Amen.
We continue now on page 10. We read together the English in the middle of the page for Veshambro. The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, observing the Sabbath in every generation as a covenant for all time.
It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel.
For in 6 days God made the heavens and earth,
and on the seventh day He rested and was revived.
Veshambro
Bnei
b'nei
Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים
עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שם הרבה.
אמן.
ילמד יברך חירותי וימלך מלכותי.
וחייכון וביום אחד ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. פגע ובזמן קריב תימרו יתבורך.
יתברך וישתבח, ויפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמה וקודשה.
בריחו.
אלא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה, נמירון ביומה, אמרו Amen.
We will continue now with the Amidah, the Tefillah, and if you are able, I'll ask you to please rise. We will begin with the opening sections together. We will chant pages 11 and 12. And after that, you'll have an opportunity to continue silently with the recitation of this Amidah. You may choose to read the words in the prayer book. You may choose to let your mind wander to your own thoughts and your own prayers for tonight. Page 11, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. God, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi
Yagid Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov.
Never mind. Ha'el hagadol,
Hagadol,
hagibor
hagibor,
v'hanora, Eloheon,
גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו יהבה מלך עוזר ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפור. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיס ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה.
ונאמנת להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני
ושמו
מחיי
אמן.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני
ושמו
הכל.
אמן. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yal Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael.
You may be seated.
Before I read our prayer on 17, no religion is an island. A couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow morning we will begin. It's 10 o'clock. For those of you who have been coming every Shabbat and not getting fed, tomorrow we have a kiddush. We're going to have some good food. And we have a special kugel made by our own Mark Berenson. And he tested it before, so he says it's good. So there you go. I'm looking forward to that. Monday afternoon at 5 o'clock, we are on Zoom, and we're also here live. We are playing with both of these platforms to try and figure out a way to bring we're now on YouTube and Zoom, try to bring the best product to the people who are at home. And so this one doesn't work too well. Can you hear me at all at home? You can? Okay, good. Okay. I do have a microphone for Zoom as well, but I don't want to, you look like a chimney all lit up with all of these things on there. But we'll work it out very soon, and we'll be able to come to you wherever you want to get us from. And also, you notice that there's only one podium. We'll be back to 2 the next time we see you. This is a unique thing, I know, for me, and I think for Cantor as well, to be davening under the chuppah. Now, I don't stand under the chuppah with women too often unless I have something in mind, and that is to perform a marriage. So we have a wedding here on Sunday, and it's our last wedding of the year, and I couldn't set up the chuppah on Shabbat, of course, and so we had to do it now early. And we'll be getting back to normal after all of the holidays with 2 more bar mitzvahs, and then we're done until, I don't know, Halloween. That's it. Do you have any announcements that you want to make? This is a good time. You can make them whenever you want. You got the rest of the program.
No, I'm always thrilled to be here with you, whomever, wherever you are. What a joy! How lucky we are that we can welcome Shabbat together, that we can still connect in all these different ways. And
When Cantor's here for Shabbat on Friday night, it brings me into Shabbat in a different frame of mind. I go through this, I've been doing it so long, by rote. And I listen to her and the joy and the love and her approach, and I leave here with a different feeling about Shabbat, and I hope that rubs off on you as well. And maybe tomorrow morning I'll be a little kinder and gentler. We'll see. We turn now to page 17. We read this responsively, and I'll begin with the first 2 pages as always. All right, I'll do the first 2 lines. Thank you very much. No religion is an island. There is no monopoly on holiness.
We are companions of all who revere him. We rejoice when his name is praised.
No religion is an island. We share the kinship of humanity, the capacity for compassion.
The head of God is extended to all who seek him. He is near to all who call upon him in truth.
God's Spirit rests upon all, Jew or Gentile, man or woman, in consonance with their deeds.
The creation of one Adam promotes peace. No one can claim my ancestry is nobler than yours.
There is no monopoly on holiness. There is no truth without humility.
We are diverse in our devotion and commitment. We must unite in working now for the kingship of God.
He is near to all who call upon him in truth. There can be disagreement without disrespect.
Let us help one another overcome hardness of heart, opening minds to the challenges of faith.
Should we hope for each other's failure, or should we pray for each other's welfare?
Let mutual concern replace remnants of mutual contempt as we share the precarious position of being human.
Have we not all one Father? Are we not all his children?
Let us not be guided by ignorance or disdain. Let lives of holiness illumine all our paths.
The hand of God is extended to all who seek him. Let our deeds reflect that we share the image of God.
Let those who revere the Lord speak one to another, leading everyone to acknowledge the splendor of God. And now on page 21, we can find the Kiddush. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher הקדשנו במצוותיו, ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו, ואהבה ורצון, ינחילנו. זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום התחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Amen.
לחיים,
L'chaim.
por la vida.
Or whatever you said.
We continue now with the Aleinu, which you can find on page 22. Please rise if you are able. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל,
לעשה גדולה יוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא,
שהוא נוטה
שמיים ויוסד אורץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינה סוזו וגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמס מלכנו אפס ולסו, הכתוב בתורתו, ויודעתו היום, ישב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתוך
עוד.
ונאמר, והויו אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Shemo, O Shemo Echad. Now we turn to page 23 for our Mourner's Kaddish. It's always been our tradition on Friday nights. If you would like to share with us for whom you are saying Kaddish, this would be the time to do so. Your brother? Yes. Fascinating article that you sent me about his brother just before Shabbat, and I'd love to talk to you about him later on. Thank you. Your brother, Bruce. Anybody? Linda? Yeah, of course. Linda? And who? Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? If your custom allows, please join with me as we continue with a Mourner's Kaddish, a community Mourner's Kaddish, on page 23. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agalau u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbi mevarach li'olam alalmei olamaya v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudisha richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chaim oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav u'yaseh shalom oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
And as we conclude, I'd like to conclude just as we began, because I know we've been learning some new melodies together, and I do want you to sing them, and I want you to learn them, and I want them to reach to your hearts and to uplift you and to send you off out of this building into your Shabbat and make it joyful. And so we begin with the words Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua, which you have in your insert. The first Hebrew song that we sang as we started services. Those of you who are watching from home, you're welcome to join if you know the lyrics, or you can just sing lai lai lai. That'll be fine too. Ozi
v'zimratia vayehi li lishua Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua.
Last time.
Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua. Ozi v'zimratia vayehi li lishua.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Well, I don't know. I don't always know ahead of time. So that's why I said Lechaim. So he said Lechaim. Then I said por la vida, which is a Spanish translation of Lechaim, for life. So maybe we can make that a signature thing. Etz Chaim. We say it in all three languages.